Hi guys, Krista here with PK1Kids.com. Today we're talking about something great for all ages of kids, K through 12. It's an online math program called CTC Math. And if you're looking into CTC Math, well, I'm glad you found this video first because I'm going to tell you two things you absolutely must know about CTC Math before you click that purchase button. After that, I'm going to give you some pro tips on how to use CTC Math best in your homeschool. All right, so the first thing you have to know about CTC Math is your kids are going to think it's way too easy and that they're cheating. But don't worry, they're not. It's okay. So the way CTC Math works is they take these big, huge concepts and they break it down into itty bitty pieces. So they're going to see like a 5-minute video and then they're going to practice a small portion of the concept. So your kids are going to have like one tiny math concept that they're going to learn, and then they're going to practice that concept until they reach mastery, and then they're going to move on to the next lesson. I will tell you, all of my kids kind of snicker behind my back, right? And they tell their friends, hey, you got to do CTC Math because it's so easy, dude. It's so easy. So that is a big thing. If you've got a reluctant learner, somebody really struggling in math, it's kind of a slam dunk for any kids that just get overwhelmed with the big concepts of math. CTC Math breaks it down to itty bitty chunks, and it just feels like smooth sailing for your kids. Okay, so the other thing you really need to know about CTC Math is that your kids can go in and they can kind of do any grade, any subject, any spot, all willy-nilly and stuff. So this is something very unique to CTC Math, and to be honest, it's kind of cool because you don't have to pay for a particular grade. So you can have your kid kind of zoom forward a little bit faster or hold back and kind of switch to a different grade. And it's all included in your main price. This is kind of a big deal because any other math program out there, you have to kind of choose the grade and you're very limited on what your kid can do for the year. But if your kid's going in and you're like, this is way too easy or this is way too hard, it's super easy for you to just switch. It's no big deal.
Now that you know the two most important things about CTC Math, let's go ahead and get you signed up with a free trial, and I'll show you how to set this up for your homeschool. Head on over to ctcmath.com and click this free trial button here, and fill out all your information to set up your trial, and click the Get Started button. On the next screen, click this link here to access some trial lessons that you can go through. And you now have access to the first lesson on each topic of every grade of CTC Math. Now, while you're in here, you can see how easy it is to take a look at all the different grades and all the different subjects. I do want to show you a couple things real quick while we're in here. We might as well just do this just for fun. You can change your theme here so you can kind of customize the colors. The kids really like to do that. Now, another thing I really want to show you, which is very important, is that CTC Math does have some worksheets built into the actual lessons on the lesson level, but that only starts until 7th grade. I'm going to show you in a second how to create worksheets for grades that are below 7th grade. But if your kids are going through here and you need, this comes in handy a lot with, if you're with a charter school, you might need to have your work samples handwritten. So these worksheets are really helpful. As here with CTC Math, you'll have your questions that are all online and they can work it out on scratch paper. But then if you want your kids to just do a worksheet, they're right here built in starting at 7th grade and up. And here in just a second, I'm going to show you the back end of what it looks like when you actually have your subscription. And then I'll show you how to create worksheets if you need them for the younger grades. Okay, once you have your active subscription, you can come in here to the parent dashboard and create a new student. Add their first and last name, and you have control over their username and password here. And so anytime they lose their password or they need to change it, you have control to just come in here and change that yourself. And you'll add a few little settings down here and then click Save Changes. All right, so now let's get into the fun stuff, okay? All right, let me show you how we have used the tasks and the course planner to create those tasks so that my kids can use this independently. It's been amazing. So first you wanna go in your parent dashboard, come up here to tasks, and then you're gonna click on course planner and pick your student. So I created this demo student for this video, and now you just select their course. So let's pretend this student is in, we'll say 1st grade, since we're PK1 kids. And now you can choose to include the diagnostic tests or not. And there's a school year dates here, so you can actually change this. So if you're just doing it for a semester or you school year round or anything like that, you can change this to a custom date range and customize your dates. And then there's a few other things you can customize down here. But when you're done, you're going to create this course plan. Okay, so now when your kiddo logs into their CTC Math, they can go straight up to here to tasks, and it'll show them anything that's actively due. So it gives them like a week to do it, and those are also settings you can change, and it'll show you over here what's overdue. So what's great is in this active tab, it'll just show them what they have to do for the week, and they just click on what needs to be done. So here they can just click on their week 1 activities, and then of course it's just going to say, what to do first. So this is really helpful. Sorry, this is really helpful. Your kids can kind of just go on and know exactly what to do, and it's all paced out for you. You saw I didn't have to do any calendar work. It was all just right there for me. All right, so my number 2 tip is to be able to create your own worksheets or handwritten work samples. So this comes up all the time for us, for my family, because we are homeschooling with a charter now. So they want our work samples handwritten. So what you're going to do is go to your dashboard here and click on question bank. So we're going to create a question bank. That's going to create a worksheet, and then we'll be able to print that worksheet out. So click over here to new question bank and then give it a title. It can be anything. It can be the person's name. We're going to call this October week number 2. It could be the date, anything you want. And then over here, you're going to choose the course. So let's pretend we're doing this for kindergarten. It could be, high school class, whatever you need it to be. And then let's do bigger or smaller, and then click next. And you can change how many questions are on it. So again, like I said, we like to do hybrid work a lot, so online and written on hand. So this allows you to kind of create your own handwritten worksheets. And so you can do once a week or every few lessons or something, whatever works for your family. It's really great. And if you have a reluctant learner or they're just really struggling, you can make it easier or evenly distributed or even harder. So then you'll click on generate questions, and now you've got this question bank that they can use for their worksheet. Then you'll save it, and then you have the option to print it. So coming over here to the print button, and now you can see it gives you this beautiful worksheet. And then you can actually add the student details. So this works well for us because we need to have this information on here for submitting a work sample for our students. And my number 3 tip for homeschoolers is to use these checklists. If you go into your parent dashboard and click on tools, they're kind of hidden in here, but click on this checklist over here, and then you can download a checklist for any particular grade. And I always start our year off with a printed checklist that my kids put into a binder. And this allows them to just kind of keep track of the lessons and the dates that they completed on it. Some of my kids do much better doing it this way instead of having like these stressful due dates for every lesson that they're having to keep track of. So it's just a really easy way to keep your pacing. And then also at the very bottom of every page, I think most people know this, but in case you don't, at the very bottom of the page, there's these links here for a few different games to help your kids practice their math facts.
And that is all you really need to know in order to get CTC Math up and running quickly for your homeschool. I'm so glad I was able to show you the different tips and tricks on how we've used it in our homeschool environment. We have actually used it in the past before just as kind of a band-aid to help my kids catch up on certain things that they were a little bit behind in. This year, we're actually using it as our full math curriculum for 2 of my kids, and it is working out fantastically. I highly, highly recommend it. If you're ready to go ahead and buy a subscription, I want to show you a tip really quick. When you go to their website, go to ctcmath.com and look in the title bar up here and click on homeschool, and that's going to get you the homeschool pricing, which is 50% off the family pricing. Look, the really cool thing about this is that it covers all of the kids in your family and of course all of the grades. So it really is a fantastic deal to go ahead and get this family pricing. It is absolutely amazing, and we just can't say enough good things about CTC Math. It's just kind of a slam dunk for all of my kids, and to be honest, I keep adding more kids to it each year, and next year we'll probably have all 4 of my kids using CTC Math. I really hope this video has blessed you and your family in some way, and remember to always follow the fun.